one last time.
Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. In what may be the final and most high-stakes chapter of the Mission Impossible saga, veteran IMF agent Ethan Hunt faces his greatest threat yet. A powerful rogue AI known as the Entity has infiltrated and corrupted global digital systems, spreading misinformation, sowing chaos, and pushing world powers to the brink of nuclear war. With the ability to manipulate weapon systems and override the truth itself, the AI threatens to trigger global Armageddon. The only hope lies in finding its original source code, believed to be locked inside a lost Russian submarine called the Sevastopol. To access it, a unique key, split into two parts, must be found and united. As loyalties blur and time runs out, Ethan and his team embark on a desperate mission to save humanity from annihilation. The story begins with Ethan receiving a secret message from the U.S. president. The president wants him to hand over the key to the government, but Ethan, suspicious of their true motives, refuses. The message self-destructs moments after he watches it. Ethan contacts his old allies Benji Dunn and Luther Stickel, both highly skilled in tech and hacking. Together, they plan to infiltrate a secure facility where a woman named Paris, believed to have information on Gabriel, the entity's human agent, is being held. Paris recognizes Ethan from a past mission and decides to talk. She tells him Gabriel will be at a secret event in London. Ethan attends, but when security closes in, Grace, a skilled thief, unexpectedly steps in. She disarms two guards and buys Ethan some time. However, both are caught and wake up in a locked room, stripped of all tools and gadgets. Gabriel appears and mocks Ethan about past failures, especially his inability to save Julia, Ethan's former wife. Gabriel demands the key in exchange for Grace's life and access to the Russian submarine Sevastopol. This submarine sank in 2012 with the Pakova drive, a device holding the entity's original source code. Only the special key can open it. Ethan is under pressure because Gabriel has kidnapped Julia. He fakes suicide by pretending to take cyanide. The guards panic, but the pill turns out to be candy. Using the confusion, Ethan and his team escape. The team finds a strange chest built to interface with the entity. When Ethan connects to it, he sees visions from past missions, the location of the Pakova drive, and the plans for a poison drive that Luther had secretly designed to destroy the entity. But the AI fights back. It shows Ethan future possibilities, including nuclear disaster within days. Terrified by the consequences, Ethan disconnects. He leaves Benji in charge and rushes to rescue Luther, who is stuck with a city-killing plutonium bomb. Luther disables part of it but can't stop the whole device. He begs Ethan to flee. With no time left, Ethan is forced to accept Luther's sacrifice and gives the key to U.S. authorities. At the U.S. intelligence headquarters, he tells officials and the president about the Sevastopol, the Pakova drive, and the urgent need to destroy the entity. Some question Ethan's loyalty given his past. As they argue, an alert sounds. Britain's nuclear system is now compromised. Seeing no other option, the president hands the key back to Ethan and gives him a coded letter. Ethan travels to an aircraft carrier where he gives the letter to Admiral Neely. It reveals a shared moment from wartime and gives the last known location of the Sevastopol near Matthew Island. Ethan boards the Ohio Jack Bledshoe, a stealth sub capable of receiving ultra-low frequency signals that won't alert Russian patrols. Meanwhile, Benji and his team head to Matthew Island to search for 2012 intelligence. At the island's social listening station, they meet Bill, a former CIA agent. Grace convinces him to help by revealing the global threat. Back in the ocean, Ethan's sub can't risk getting too near. He dives into the freezing sea alone. Against the odds, he's rescued by divers from the Ohio submarine. On board, Ethan explains the mission, and Captain Jack agrees to help. They track low-frequency signals, but they must keep their transmission time short to avoid detection by deadly Russian Los Sheikh and Rad subs. At Matthew Island, Bill explains the original 2012 coordinates were stolen by troops, but he secretly kept a backup. He sends his wife to retrieve it, hiding the transfer in a dog cage to avoid suspicion. Russian soldiers attack, and chaos breaks out. During the fight, Bill manages to transmit the coordinates before the station collapses. With their position too far for the Ohio to safely approach, Ethan prepares to go the rest of the way alone. Inside, he finds frozen corpses and retrieves the Pakova drive. But the ship begins to shift toward a cliff edge. Ethan strips out of his diving suit and squeezes through a narrow escape hatch. He swims to the surface in freezing water and nearly blacks out. Grace arrives just in time to pull him to safety. Now in possession of the Pakova drive, the team turns to their next mission, getting the poison drive Gabriel stole from Luther. They board a plane with Grace, Tessa, and Bill, and fly toward a hidden facility in the Congo, codenamed the Doomsday Vault. Benji believes this solar-powered, EMP-hardened data center is where the entity has hidden itself. He shows blueprints of the Pakova and poison drives and says combining them will trap the AI inside a five-dimensional optical prison. Grace opposes the plan, worried Gabriel might outsmart them. Still, Ethan pushes forward. They travel on foot through the jungle toward the vault. At the same time, the U.S. president sees more nuclear systems falling under the AI's control. Her advisors prepare a Plan B involving mutual destruction. Ethan enters the vault alone and finds a live bomb. Gabriel arrives planning to destroy the entity, and possibly Ethan, with the blast. Suddenly, Ridge, a rogue agent, and his troops arrive and arrest everyone. Gabriel's own men then ambush Ridge's team. A fierce shootout begins. The bomb keeps ticking, and Ethan chases Gabriel to a nearby airstrip. Gabriel flees in a plane, and Ethan follows. Another man tries to escape, and Ethan knocks him out, hijacking his aircraft. In midair, Gabriel parachutes away. Ethan grabs the poison drive, but his own plane catches fire. He barely manages to combine the drives before the parachute burns. He jumps, free falls, and locks the AI into the 5D optical prison just in time. Around the world, nuclear systems shut down, power returns, and the threat is over. The U.S. president hears the good news. Ethan survives thanks to a backup chute and listens to a farewell recording from Luther. Neely and Jack, safe aboard the Ohio, smile in relief. The message self-destructs after 5 seconds. Ethan reunites with Benji, Paris, Grace, Dugan, and Bill in a busy street. The team agrees to leave the drives with Ethan, trusting him to guard them. Tired and hungry after saving the world, they set off in search of a long-overdue meal. If you liked this recap, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Jahi Heb for more. Until next time.
This can't all be true.